Hello, in this video we will see how to read and upload Excel file in Microsoft SQL Server. We will be using ASP.NET Core and Entity Framework. This is the same Excel file we used in the last video in which we read and displayed the content of the file using ASP.NET Core. Someone requested to create a similar tutorial, but instead of displaying the content of Excel file, he requested to insert all data in the database. Let's begin the tutorial. First, open Visual Studios and click Create a New Project button. These are all project templates. You can use this search box to find project template or use these filter controls to filter the template list. Let's search for ASP.NET Core Web App and select the template with C# and MVC option. Press the Next button. Now name the project and select the path where you want to save the project. Once done, press the Next button. In this step, we will choose the latest .NET 7 framework and leave the authentication type as none. We will go with HTTP and leave the Docker support unchecked. Now press the Create button to create the project. After the project is created, select IAS Express from the drop-down here. Then click the play button to run the project. There is no error in the project. Now we will install some packages for database connectivity. To install a package, open Solution Explorer, right-click on the project name and select Manage NuGet Packages. In the Manage NuGet Packages window, click on the Browse tab. Here we will search for the first package, which is Microsoft Entity Framework Core. This package provides support for Entity Framework Core. Now select the package and click on Install button. Press OK. Press I accept. After the package is installed, search Microsoft Entity Framework Core .SQL Server package. This package enables us to use Microsoft SQL Server in Entity Framework Core. Click on Install button, press OK button, press I accept. Next, install Microsoft Entity Framework Core .tools package. This package helps us to run the migrations. Follow the same steps to install the package. Lastly, we need to install the design package. Repeat the same steps. This package is used for scaffolding database related code in Entity Framework Core. Now that we have installed all 4 packages, let's verify all 4 packages are installed and they are of the same version. To do this, we will click on Install tab in the Manage NuGet Packages window. Clear the filter to view all installed packages. All packages are installed of the same version. Let's move forward. Let's close this window. Next, open appsettings.json file from the Solution Explorer. This file contains configuration settings of the application. Inside the appsettings.json file, we will create a new section called connection strings. In this section, we will define our database connection string. Let's define our database connection string. Data source is equal to, this is the server address. In my case, it will be localhost as my database is on the local system. Next is initial catalog, which will be the database name. Next will be user ID of the database. Next, database password, persist security info, and the last one is trust server certificate. Alright. Let's create a folder named data within the project. Now add a class in data folder and name it application DB context. This class will handle the communication with the database. We will inherit this class from DB context class. Put the cursor on DB context and press Ctrl+period button. Click on using Microsoft Entity Framework Core. Next, define the constructor. To complete the code, you can press the tab button. Okay, now we have to create a model. As we will be using code first approach, we will come back to this file after creating model. Open Solution Explorer. Now right click on the model folder, go to add and select class. Name the class student. We will be having 3 members in this class. First will be the primary key, ID. Next, name of student. This will be string. Last one will be marks and it will be of type int. Make the default value of name string.empty. Now go back to application DB context class. At the end of this file, add a DB set of student class. If we do not define this DB set, we will not be able to get this model in the database. Again, click on the error and press Ctrl plus period button. Include this class. Now open program.cs file from your Solution Explorer. Here we will define a variable named connection string. We need to initialize this variable from the connection string in app settings. Copy this default connection from app setting and paste it here. Now we will check if connection string is null or empty, then we will throw an exception. Next, we will configure application DB context. This allows us to easily access the database within our application. Also specify that application DB context should use SQL Server as a database provider. And we will pass the connection string variable here. Next, we will enable runtime compilation for Razor pages, which means we can make changes to our Razor files and without requiring a rebuild of the entire application, the changes will be reflected in the browser. This feature speeds up the development and debugging process. This error is coming because this feature requires another package. Now again, open NuGet Package Manager. Now search for microsoft.aspnetcore.mvc.razor.runtime compilation. Install this package. Now the package is installed and you can see now the error is gone. Next, open SQL Server Management Studio and connect the database using Windows Authentication. Expand the database folder. Here we do not have student DB that we mentioned in the connection string. This database will be created using a command that we will run in some time. And before that, we will create a user that we defined in the connection string. To create a user, expand this security folder. Right click on the logins folder and click on new login. Select SQL Server option. Write the login name. Enter the password and confirm password. Uncheck Enforce Password Policy. Go to server role now. Make this user system administrator. Go to status and make sure all permissions are granted and user is enabled. Press the OK button. Now in the Object Explorer, Click the Connect button. Connect the local host server using SQL Server authentication. Enter the new user credentials we just created. Click on Connect. The database is connected successfully, so this verifies that the user is working. Now let's go back to Visual Studio's. Open Package Manager console. If you do not see this window, go to View. Click on Other Windows and select Package Manager console. Now write command add migration and give migration a name. After the migration is run, a script file will be generated. This script represents the changes that will be applied to the database. However, executing the migration script alone will not create the database. Let's verify this. Go to SQL Server Management Studio. Refresh this database section and see no database is created. To apply these migration changes to the database, we need to run update database command. Now again open Package Manager console and run this command. Now open SQL Server Management Studio and refresh the database section. Here we see that StudentDB database has been created. The students table is also created. Right now the table is empty. All the columns are created with ID as primary key column. Now open underscore layout file located inside the shared folder in views. These are menu items. Copy and paste this menu item. Name the menu item upload Excel file. Next write its section and name it upload Excel. Now we need to define this action inside the home controller. This action will be called when the menu item is clicked. Now open the home controller. Write the action. This action will simply return a view. Currently this action has no view. To create a view, right click on the action and select add view. Select empty razor view. Press add button. Name this view same as action name. Delete this code. Now create a form with type equals post and encoding type will be multi-part form data as this form will post files. Next add a button to browse file. Add another button to upload the content of Excel file in the database. This button will call upload Excel action of home controller and submit the form. Now come back to controller and write the action with HTTP post. This action will be called on button click. File data will be available in this iForm file parameter. First we will check if file is not null and its length is greater than 0. Then we will continue with the upload and read process. Now we will define a variable in which upload path will be saved. Next, check if the folder does not exist, then create the folder. Now combine upload folder path with the file name. In the end, we will write the file to the path and return the view. Till now, file upload is done. Let's run and test the file upload code. Click Upload Excel file, choose File. Click Upload Excel file button. File is uploaded. Now go to Solution Explorer. Inside www root folder, expand Uploads folder. Here is the uploaded file. So the file is successfully uploaded. Next, we will use a NuGet package that will help us read Excel file. Open NuGet Package Manager and search for ExcelDataReader. Install this package. Now open the official link of this package. Here you will find the code to read Excel file. Copy this script and paste it right after the upload code. Remove this error by adding file.io before file. Now we can read Excel file with any one method of the given two methods. We will be using method 1 as it reads Excel file line by line. Let's delete all extra code and comments. So in this while loop, the reader will be reading each row of Excel file. Let's open the Excel file. So here we have three columns. We only need column number 2 that contains name and column number 3 that contains marks. We will skip column number 1. Also, we need to skip the header row. Now come back to Visual Studios. Inside this while loop, we will get complete row from Excel. Now we will create a student object here. This will store student information in each row of Excel. s.name is equal to reader.getValue from index number 1. s.marks is equal to convert the marks to integer. Reader.getValue from index number 2. Now we need to insert this object in the database. Go on top of the controller. Here we will define a variable application DB context underscore context. Pass the variable here. Now set underscore context is equal to context. Now come back to where we created the student object. Here write underscore context dot add student object s, then await underscore context dot save changes async, and this will save the record in the database. Now we have a last simple task. We need to skip the header row. Define a bool variable here and set it to false. Now we will check if the variable is false, then make it true and continue the loop. So now the first row will be skipped. Let's run the code. Choose file. Press the upload button. This is the same error we faced in the last video. Let's Google it again. Open the Stack Overflow link. Just copy and paste this line at start of the action. Run the project again. Choose file. Click on upload button. Okay, the file is uploaded. Let's open SQL Server. Run this query. Okay, we have successfully inserted Excel data in SQL Server. Next, we will show a success message after the file gets uploaded. Right now, we do not get any notification of success. So we will simply return a message in ViewBag. And after the if, return ViewBag.message is equal to empty. Now open the view. Here create an if condition that if ViewBag.message is not null or empty, and message equals success. Then show an alert here. Add message, all record inserted successfully. Copy and paste this. Replace the success with empty. Here it will be a warning message. Write the message here. File is empty. Run the project. Let's first delete the records. Okay, the records are deleted. Browse the file. Click on upload button. Here is the success message. So we have successfully uploaded the Excel file in the database. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please do support me by buying me a coffee. The link is in description. Also, I have uploaded the code of the video on GitHub. Its link is also in the description. Please do like my video if you learned anything from it and subscribe to my channel. This will give me motivation to create more videos. You can also give your feedback in the comment section. See you next time with some other tutorial.